Like any other OS, Windows is not perfect. So in this video, I am going to show you the most common Windows problems and how you can fix them. The first one, your Windows is taking days on end to just start up. That is very annoying when you are, well, at the start of the day, you want to start work and it's not starting up. Or you just have a laptop and you take it everywhere and then again, it's not starting up. For this, you can go to the task manager. To go to task manager, just right click on the taskbar and here you can see we have task manager. You can also search it in the search bar over here. In task manager, you can see we have startup apps. In startup apps, you can see most of the things I have here are disabled. And there's a reason for that. So when these startup apps are enabled, what happens is all these apps, once you start the system, want to immediately start up so that they can provide you with their service. Now, these can be your Microsoft apps, like you have Microsoft Teams here, OneDrive, or they can be third-party apps like Intel, Lenovo, and Skype is and everything like that. So they just want to provide the service, but every time you start your computer up, it's going to take up a lot of time. So you want to disable it. To disable it, here you can see OneDrive is enabled. I don't really need OneDrive, so I'm just going to select it and hit disable, or you can just right click on it and click disable over here. And here you can see all my applications are now disabled. So here you can also see what impact it's having on the startup under the startup impact tab. So again, OneDrive is not measured, but I know for a fact that it takes up a lot of time to start up and it's going to slow your computer down. If you're using OneDrive, great. If you're not, just disable it. Another thing that bothers me even today is the Wi-Fi doesn't connect. Sometimes it will just disconnect, act up, but how do you fix that? The first one, obviously, just reboot your computer. That's a hassle, but other than that, you can just go to settings. In settings, you want to go to network and internet. And here you can see under Wi-Fi, you will have all available networks and the network that you're connected to right now. If there's an issue, you can always turn off Wi-Fi and turn it back on, and that maybe will solve the problem. Or you can just forget the network and rejoin it. For that, you want to go to manage known networks and then forget the Wi-Fi that you're currently connected to, and there you go. And it's now disconnected. It's going to try to connect to some other Wi-Fi if you have one around that is already connected. So here you can see it's connected to another one, but we'll go back and we'll add the same Wi-Fi. So we'll go to show available networks. Here we'll connect, put in the password, hit next, and there you go. Here you can see it's connected and now we're good to go. This could solve it. If that doesn't solve it either, again, go to settings. To troubleshoot, you can go to systems. Once you're in systems, scroll down till you see troubleshoot. Click on troubleshoot. And here you can see you want to go to other troubleshooters and then go to network and internet and click on run. So this is going to diagnose the problem automatically. But now I'm connected. If I'm not connected, it's actually going to run a service and try to figure out what's wrong. And it may also fix it. If it can't fix it, it's going to tell you what's the issue. Then we have Bluetooth not working. So on Windows, I always have a problem that maybe this is my specific problem. This may be a problem with you as well, that Bluetooth automatically disconnects, reconnects. This happens multiple times. So obviously this could be a specific device problem or any Bluetooth problem. Again, you want to follow the same steps. Turn off Bluetooth, turn on Bluetooth from right here. Here you can see Bluetooth, it turned on, turned off. If that doesn't work, rebooting could work. But you can also go to device manager. So in device manager, here you can see all the hardware that is currently on your computer. Now you want to go to Bluetooth. Here you can see we have a Bluetooth adapter. Now the Bluetooth adapter, even though I am on a laptop, it's going to show as an adapter because it is a Bluetooth card rather than it being integrated on a chip. It is a different chip, just an external one. So you can just right click on it, go to properties. You can change settings over here. So you need to be on an admin account. Then go to drivers. And here you can either try updating the drivers, search automatically. If you have a driver that you've already downloaded, just go manually do it. If not, just disable the device. Let's say yes. This is going to turn off your Bluetooth card and then you can enable it again. So this could solve the problem. If not, just try rebooting. Sometimes that works as well. And even if rebooting doesn't work, just try updating your software and it should work. If your start menu and the taskbar is not responsive, what could you do? For that, you could go to the task manager. To go to task manager, you could just press Ctrl Shift Escape and task manager just pops up. Now you want to look for Windows Explorer. So currently I have sorted it by name. So you want to go down to Windows Explorer. So here you can see we have Windows Explorer. Click on that and then you want to click on restart task. So it's going to restart the Windows Explorer. So hopefully your start menu and your taskbar should start again. The next problem I'm sure many Windows users face is blue screen of death. So if a problem is frequent crashes, sometimes it will crash, it will reboot and it will fix itself. If that's not the issue, you want to run a specific command. So for that, you want to go to command prompt and then you want to run it as an admin. And here you can see command prompt has come up. Now here you want to type in a command which is going to be sfc space / scan now. So scan now should not have any spaces between it, and hit enter, and this is going to check your hard drive for any issues or your system for any issues. So here you can see verification phase beginning. So this may take a few minutes before it actually gives you a result. If there is an issue, at the end of it, it will give you what the problem is. So this is going to take a bit of time. So we are almost done here, guys. And there you go. So it's going to look for any integrity violations. So on a hard drive, if there is any issues, it's going to tell you whether there is an issue. And that could be a leading issue for Windows Screen of Tabs. If your Windows update keeps failing, again, you could go to settings. To go to settings, you could also use the shortcut Windows plus I. And over here, you want to go to system and then again scroll down till you see troubleshoot. This is one of the easiest options that you could do. And then you want to go to Windows update and click on run. So here you can see Windows troubleshoot is going to run and it's going to tell us whether there is any kind of issue. So here you can see it's searching for self-help articles. So it's just going to give you some articles on what could be the issue. You could read them. If that doesn't work, just reboot. Rebooting works every time, mostly, maybe not. The next thing is high CPU usage. Even if you're not using it as much, your CPU may be throttling on and off, your computer is getting hot. That could be a very major problem. So let's go to task manager and let's see. So here you can see my CPU initially went to 100 and it's dropping down. So that is okay. But if it's constantly at 100, you want to go to Windows plus R, type in services.msc, click on OK. And now you want to go down to Windows Update. And here you can see we have Windows Update, double click on it. And here you can see I have set the startup type to manual because I actually had the problem of my CPU constantly being on 100. So it was on automatic and then I set it to manual. You can also disable it, but that will hamper your updates. So you can just set it to manual, click on apply, then OK. And that should to a certain extent solve it. If not, you can go to the task manager. In task manager, in processes, you want to make sure any background processes that you don't recognize or any kind of doubtful application that is running is not actually doing it, because I did have a problem where it is constantly hogging my CPU and my GPU and it turned out to be a malware. So you want to make sure that all the processes are either legit. Now we have a lot of processes over here. You could also look at the CPU and then you could tell which process is actually hogging the CPU. And speaking of malwares, you could also go and make sure that Windows Defender is on. So if your Windows Defender is off, it's going to cause all sorts of problems. So here you can see error opening firewall. For some reason, Defender, you could also go just to Windows Securities. And here you can see, I'm not going to set up OneDrive. I don't want to sign in. But other than that, I can just turn on app and browser control because it's going to create a firewall. But I want to make sure that all these things are in the green. If there's an issue, you can see a cross over here and you can go to virus and threat and at least give it a quick scan so that you know that there is no issues with it. So yeah, guys, those were some common Windows problems. Hopefully I've taught you how to fix them, how to troubleshoot them, and hopefully you found this video very helpful. If you have, please do consider subscribing. We are very close to going to 1000 followers. Do like, share and subscribe, obviously. See you in the next video.